Hey everyone, welcome back to Overland Trails Adventures. And if you remember in previous videos, we talked about the Lensun solar hood solar panel and the benefits of it. So today we're going to get into the install, and stick around through the video because we're going to talk about some tips and tricks and show you some different ways to make it adhere better that I've heard from other people. So we're going to give those a try. And so let's get started. Now, if you haven't noticed, this install will be on a Toyota Tundra 3rd Gen. And so this application will fit the 22 to 25 year models of the Toyota Tundra. So as you can see here, we've cleaned the hood for the area that we're going to put the sticker down, the decal down that adheres to the paint area, and then the solar panel goes on top of that, so you're not putting a direct sticky 3M product on the hood. Very smart. And we've cleaned this with some microfiber cloth and some spray to really get the dirt and grime off, so it is prepped and ready to go for the sticker. Okay, we've got the hood cleaned off. Next step is to prep the decal. One of the things I like to do with these decals is they're rolled up really tight, and so when you unroll them, they're basically going to keep rolling back up on themselves. And so I take it and I reverse the roll and to try to kind of balance it out a little bit to make sure that it'll lay flatter and be a little bit easier to manage. What we're going to do is take this, spray it with soapy water on the hood and on the decal, peel it off, stick it there, wiggle it, position it, and use the squeegee to squeegee out any air bubbles or any excess soap or anything water that's on it. Then let it dry, so whenever it adheres to the hood, it's nice and firm and tight. And that way, when we come back with the solar panel, it will lay on top of that with the 3M tape. And another trick I'll show you whenever we get it, completely down. So let's get the sticker. Start drying probably before we can get over here with the actual sticker. Okay, now we're going to peel the sticker off of the plastic and spray the back of it with the soap and water. It gets real tacky, so you definitely want to start spraying it before you get it completely off. So I'm going to make sure we get this real good and soaked. Alrighty, let's go stick it. As you can see, these get real slick and maneuverable. You want to get it centered as best you can. This is where a lot of people do different tactics. So they'll, try to tape it off or something like that. I personally don't think you have to. You just can kind of spot check it. I'm just checking the corners, looking at the top there. Kind of judging the distance here a little bit between each side. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be a little even there. And you can always peel it off, and not when it dries, but peel it off a little bit whenever you're just playing with it and adjusting it. Just micro adjustments. Okay, now we're going to take our squeegee tool and start from the inside out, and just start kind of working it out. Getting it as even and level as possible. You got to get to every piece of it. Get all the liquid out from the center out. You can see how it's squishing out. And without, straining myself to get up here and get all this out. For people with more angled or curved hoods, this could be a little bit more intensive, trying to get everything square and squeegeed out. It's imperative that it lays completely flat on the hood and that you work in a timely manner. Key is to make sure the edges stay down and are level and even. All right, now we just let it dry, and then we'll come back with the solar panel install. Drying time could, depending on your weather, could be anywhere between 4 to 8 hours. All right, this is kind of the hard part because I definitely want it to look good, but I don't want it to be all goofy. So let's see. I'm gonna do a thumb measurement here on the front. That's about right. Do a thumb measurement on the sides here. So my front line is generally okay. All right, let's get our sidelines. And again, this does not have to be perfect, it just has to look okay. Okay, let's do a little marker on the side here. And we'll do a marker on the other side. Alright, so I've got my corners, my sides marked. I'm going to go do the 3M tape, and then I'm going to lay it down on the hood and try to kind of roll it on the hood from front to back, making sure it sticks as evenly as possible. Okay, so we're going to wipe it down one more time just to make sure we get all the dust off that we can. This lead edge has got to be tight because that's where the most force is going to beat it down from the wind and everything. And depending on your application, you need to watch the curvature. Again, getting it as close to the edge as we can without being too kind of monstrous about it. And then we're going to go up and down through the middle. Now, some people say don't put too much on it because if you have to take it off and then reapply it or something like that, it's a real bear. You can't ever do it too much because at 70 miles or whatever, 80 miles an hour down the freeway, where do you want this to be? Peeling or sticking hard? Now, if you just so happen to be lucky enough and an overachiever like me to have an acrylic roller, these things are going to come in real handy because we're going to take it and we're going to roll this stuff out real tight like. This is going to help us get a good adherence to the panel itself. Might even help get out some air bubbles. Again, the front edge is the most important. Okay, moment of truth. As you can see, I've got it all peeled back, ready to go apply. So my plan is to bow it a little bit and then lay it out that way and just kind of roll it in to see if I can get it to lay down and be all right. As straight as I can, which is always a challenge. And again, with the roller. If you don't have one, I highly recommend getting it. Okay, next we're going to put some gym weights here on it. Some 5 and 10 pounders here. Hopefully we'll keep it down and adhere properly. Again, you don't have to lean on it too heavy, but you got to keep the glue down so it adheres properly to the panel. Okay, with the weights on it, this should adhere very well. Tomorrow, I'm going to let this sit overnight. I'm going to come back with some Sikaflex around the edges, and then we'll talk about the wiring inside. For now, I'm going to take the MTTP controller, wire it down over and plug it into the battery over here. Long-term plans is to put a battery in the back seat to run the refrigerator and have this also recharge that battery directly back there. With that, we'll have the ability to run a refrigerator in the back 24/7. We'll let this sit overnight. We'll see you tomorrow. The solar panel has been sitting here for about 24 hours with the weights on it. I wanted to finish this install today, but as you can see, we got clouds rolling in, so I'm gonna have to take the weights off and address this another day. It's been raining for a couple of days, so this video may seem a little bit off. The lighting is going to be different. I'm wearing a different shirt. Now that we've got the solar panel installed, time for the next steps. Time to install the controller for the whole unit. But we're going to get started in this, and we're going to walk through the steps of getting this installed and tested. And at the very end, we'll show you the app that manages it all from your cell phone, a Bluetooth app, which actually looks really cool. So let's get started. So one of the other things we're going to do is take these little stickers with a little bracket on the back of it that you can put a zip tie through, put them here and see if we can't get this cable to kind of stay out of the way a little bit. They provide a whole bag of these, so it should be pretty easy. To mount the controller, we're just going to use some of the 3M tape. We're going to put it here. It does have screw holes here where you can stick it on, but this may be a temporary location where I'm installing it, so I'm just going to trim a little tape and rub that in, and that way I can stick it to the spot. Now let's go clean the spot to prep it. Okay, for right now we're just going to clean this with a little bit of brake fluid. And we're sticking it here on the relay fuse box so we can take it off, move it around. And we're not going to cut the wires too short, so we leave a little play in it. It'll be easy to manage. Now, connecting this device to the battery, you'll notice I've got these special battery connectors here, which have multiple connection points. And so it'll be easy for me to connect it, move it around, do what I need to as the system adjusts over time. So a couple of easy prep steps you need to do with this before you start installing it is, for one, let's take the fuse out. Alrighty, and this is a 15 amp fuse, so we're going to set that aside over here, out of the way. The reason why we do this is so when we hook up, if we get anything wrong whatsoever, it's not going to damage the unit. You've got your power wire, you've got your ground wire, and then you've got your low power outputs, your Bluetooth antenna, and your cables that go to your solar panel. Alright, we've got our surface clean. Let's get this stuck down here and out of the way. And you'll notice I'm putting it with the lights facing forward, so I don't have to twist my arm or neck, whatever, to try to get around and figure out what's going on with it if I need to troubleshoot anything. I'm going to plug in our solar panel. These are pretty easy. And we're going to let those just tuck right down in the fender well here, along with the 200 other cables that I've got running. Okay, let's connect the power. And the negative wire. Okay, so let's review. We've got the power line connected without the fuse. We've got the negative line connected. And then we've got the solar panels connected. Right now the solar panel is leaned towards the sun, so we actually should get some pretty good readings here in a second. Okie doke. We now have one green light blinking. That means it's receiving. And we've got connection here with the yellow light. Okay, so let's go over what the lights mean. Green on, solar panel is connected correctly. We have a slow yellow light, so that means that the battery is low in voltage. And the red light is not on at all, working normal. Now let's take a look at the Bluetooth app and see what numbers we get. Okay, searching for the app is really simple. It is Solar Life BT. Solar Life BT. Okay. Now we are currently hooked up Bluetooth. We can see that the battery is running at 11.77 volts, which is kind of odd. I thought it was better charged than that. It's a good thing I got this MTTP controller to tell me that. Okay, so currently we're getting 15.80 volts from the solar panel. This is delivering 5.68 watts to the battery. So all in all, this is going to be a really good system to hold the battery up to charge. And if I wire anything off this battery, like a refrigerator directly to like another battery, or if I run a cable to charge a battery pack, this will keep the battery charged and the battery will keep the battery pack charged. So this could be an easy system to manage. Well, that's about as simple as it's going to get, you know, for installing something of this nature. I've installed a couple of different power management systems in vehicles, and they're a lot more complicated. This is just too simple. Wish I could say I'm a genius and make it more complicated for you, but it's just not. It's simple. The instructions are great. Now, if you want to see a full review of this product, go check out this video here. And I'm going to do a long-term review of this in about 6 months to a year, depending on how it goes. So you'll see this being used on the trail to keep the vehicle up and running and charged. And we'll tell you how it goes down the road.